What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I don't know why I had this sudden impulse to just go ahead and compare all these Peavey ULTRA amps, but I'm sure that you guys aren't upset about it, right? Hope everybody's doing great out there today. I actually just got a stock XXX and a stock JSX in, and they're going to be going out the door again here shortly, but I figured why not go ahead and give you guys a comparison to these, because people are always asking me how these amps compare, and a lot of people just don't know how good that these amps are. They really don't. They're, in my opinion, some of the best metal amps on the planet, especially for thrash metal, or if you're trying to down tune and you still kind of want that PV voicing. The Ultra series is just like stupidly tight. It's more precise, it's more percussive, and it's more clear than the 5150. It's not quite the same wall of sound thing going on, but it does have that PV mid-range very, very much. So I always compare these amps, or suggest these amps to people when they're asking me about amplifiers. So who do we got here today? We've got Mystery School. What's going on? Idiot Burns has been hanging out for a minute. Luke, I am doing great. Thank you very much, sir. Planet Earth, you bet. So, I have set up here, guys. You can't see the cabinet. I have it going into a Randall 212 cabinet. It's an oversized 212. It is birch. It is 8 ohm. UK Vintage 30 loaded, and of course we've got the JSX, we've got the XXX, we've got the Ultra Plus, and we've got the XXX2, which is essentially a rebadged JSX, but it is slightly different on the Ultra channel. Now that has actually been given to me by the amp designer, or one of the people who worked on the amps at Peavey. There are some slight modifications in the Ultra channel to give it more mid-cut, because the JSX was actually kind of commonly known for being a little bit relaxed in the cutting mid-frequencies. So XXX2 has kind of taken that and they fixed it, so to speak. They all sound awesome. The reason that I'm late is because my XXX2, the power tubes decided to take a crap on me. So I had a set of Gold Lion KT77s in this, which I think KT77s sound the best in all of the Ultra series amps. But unfortunately, well, that's a great way to start the stream. My XXX2 just freaking red plated the power tubes and blew the fuse. Must be something going on with the amp, unfortunately. That sucks. That sucks so bad. I got this amp off of Guitar Center about a year ago, and it sounded fine when I got it off of them, but the last 2 times that I've played it, it sounded goofy. I just changed out the power tubes because I thought the power tubes were the issue, but it just red plated and crapped the bed on me. So Savage Cowboy, the 3120 is the same exact amp as the XXX, so there's no need to have both of those on here. They're the same exact amp. Lucky for you guys, I am a total Ultra Series fanboy, or mark, or whatever you want to call it. So if you can't tell, sitting right beside me, I have the Triumph, with it, which is the father of the Ultra Series, and I also have the Ultra 120. So we can go ahead and switch out the XXX2 that just crapped the bed for the Ultra 120. Man, I can't believe that just happened. So obviously there's an issue with the amp. That sucks. And I can't even tell. I'm assuming that this is the fuse that blew. But it's one of the ceramic ones, so can't even see if it's blown or not. That's super frustrating. I probably just have an issue with the amp and probably just ruined a set of power tubes as well. So we're starting off on a great foot. Yeah. Anyways, we have all four of these hooked up to the KHE Amp Switcher. KHE Amp Switcher is an awesome tool for doing things just like this, for comparing amplifiers. So what I am going to do is I am actually going to swap the XXX2 out real quick for you guys with the Ultra 120. But that's okay, because honestly... Hi, it's me. Do you guys want some ASMR? The Ultra 120 is probably more requested and a little bit more common than the XXX2. The XXX2 are... the XXX2 is just really hard to come by. They didn't make a lot of them before they stopped production, so... Alright, so let me see if I can do this cleanly. As you can see, there's a lot of wiring that goes into this. I'm going to have to cut this out of the stream later on. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Like, I don't even have anywhere to properly set this. And this is already a cable mess to begin with. Let's see. Let's try that. Seriously, can't believe that just happened. Alright, so let's get the old Ultra 120 up here. Oh my god, these are so heavy. Get this hooked up. Sorry guys, talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Page 1, no, the XXX2 has some differences in the Ultra channel. They're not the exact same amp. All right, I think that we are just about good on this one. Let's fire that baby up. All right, so I think we're about ready to start. I think. All right, guys. So, Ultra 120 was one of your favorite amps. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Let's actually start trying to do this thing. Super frustrating. But now we've got a new amp up top. And hopefully you guys can kind of zoom in and see the settings okay. I have a separate camera, if you can't tell, just to try and get some more detail on the amps here. Jimmy, actually, you sent it to the wrong address. So luckily, the person who got it lives in Erie. I'm supposed to go pick those up later today. Yeah. I mean, Peavey pulling a fast one by renaming amps. I don't really think that's pulling a fast one. All right, so let's go ahead and I think I have the JSX kind of dialed in and ready to go. So let's go ahead and check that out because I think I need some riffs now to get rid of my frustration. All right, so the JSX, that was with a boost pedal. I have the KHDK Ghoul Screamer on in front of it, but these amps, Caleb just pointed out, these are some of the only amps, guys, that I feel cool without using a boost. Like, for my personal playstyle, you guys know I love boosting things. I can totally get away with not boosting these amplifiers. It's ridiculous. So we were on the Ultra channel with the fat switch engaged. I'm going to click the fat switch off, and I'm going to dial in a tone with no boost in the signal, just to show you how ridiculously tight and gainy these amps are without a boost in front of it. As far as the guitar, I should have mentioned, I am playing my Edwards ELP 128. It's the Taste of Nitro one. And I have a Lace Dissonant Aggressor pickup in the bridge. That's the Bill Kelleher signature. So that is the pickup that I have. It's actually one of my absolute favorite pickups for thrash metal and hardcore tones. So yeah, no boost. Let's see what types of tones we get out of this bad boy. All right, so that was the JSX completely unboosted. How did it sound on your guys' end? On my end, the XXX has a little bit of like a quack to it that just doesn't sound all that great in my opinion. You can kind of play around with that a little bit. I really like it, but it also depends on the cabinet. It depends on the speaker as well. I think it sounds good, but that quack is just a little bit just unsatisfying to me. It's interesting. I don't actually recall it being that quacky the last time. This is not the one this is not my like forever keeper JSX. My other JSX is in the other room. This is one that I picked up recently and I'm selling. The 333XL is a JSX copy. So Camden says some honk in the mids. Yeah, all of the Peavey ULTRA amps have a lot of mid-range for sure. So we're actually I'm going to move over to the XXX real quick and dial in some quick tones on that thing. Ultra channel. All right, so that is the XXX. The crunch channel on the XXX is what the Ultra channel on the JSX is based on. They're very, very close, only a couple of minor tweaks. So yeah, they sound pretty similar, but if we move over to the Ultra channel, things are gonna sound a little bit different. So we're gonna go over to the Ultra. I'm just gonna make sure the volume isn't crazy. All right, so there is the Ultra channel of the XXX, which I think is pretty much my favorite out of all of these amps. I really, really dig the XXX Ultra channel. It's the most compressed, it's the most fluid, but it's still clear. It's still got that kind of chimey top end on it. and it just sounds really good in my opinion. I just love the liquid gain feel that the Peaveys have. It just sounds so awesome. But yeah, so that's the XXX. That's both channels on the XXX. Let's go ahead. Somebody is mentioning the resonance switch. The XXX has the resonance switch. The JSX has the actual resonance control, much like a 5150 does. Up here, the Ultra Plus has a 3-way resonance control, and this one has way more of an effect than it does on the XXX. The XXX, if you don't put it in loose, the amp is just way too thin. You have to have it in loose or it just sounds extremely, extremely thin. And then up here on the Ultra 120, we have no resonance control whatsoever. So that's a little bit of a bummer. And in my opinion, the Ultra 120 is the hardest to dial in because it can get really harsh and really quacky if you don't know what you're doing with the EQ on that one. So yeah, we're going to move over to the Ultra Plus now. I'm going to start dialing that one in. Once we have all 4 of these kind of dialed into good tones, I'll start switching back and forth and playing some similar riffs between the 4. That way you guys can get an idea of how they actually compare back to back. Okay, so I don't have any sound out of my Ultra Plus. I had everything set up working perfectly before I started this stream. Speaker cable is just barely hanging out of there. Maybe that's what happened on the XXX too, and I screwed it up myself. Nope, that one was in there all the way. All right, so Ultra Plus now. Right, there is the Ultra Plus, which I think is sounding very, very good. With the Ultra Plus and the Ultra 120, you have an Ultra gain switch that basically acts as an overdrive in front of the Ultra channel. When I have an overdrive on, I will have that switch out, and that's typically how I like to run these 2 amps, because having that Ultra gain switch in definitely makes it more quacky, makes it more thin and harsh. But yeah, so I also have a surprise unboxing for you guys too. It literally got delivered seconds before I started this, so more towards the end of the stream, we'll unbox what showed up for me today. But anyways, the Ultra Plus is your favorite so far, more old school. Yes, Steven, I am using a Randall R212 CX V30, which is basically just an oversized V30 or 212 all birch with UK vintage 30s in it. It's actually probably my favorite 212 cab that I own. It sounds incredible. All right, so yeah, now we're gonna go over to the Ultra 120. I'm gonna turn the volume down first. Sorry, guys. I'm obviously out of it today. Guys, yes, the tower has a tiny bit of wobble. Quit being a bunch of pussies. All right, so there we go. This one actually I do think is sounding really good. I gotta agree with you guys. I'm gonna switch guitars though, because I do think that this guitar is kind of adding to the quackiness that the Ultra series have inherently. So I'm gonna get something that's gonna de-quackify these things. Wow, these things a little bit. I am definitely on my A game today for sure, 100%. All right, we're going to bring out the old White Stallion. I haven't played this guitar in a minute, and I miss it, so you guys have to listen to it. Dude, oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. I am having such a hard time with the mic and forgetting and remembering everything today. My Husky, not making excuses for myself. My Husky, as some of you guys know, is ancient. He's really, really old. In fact, I'm probably going to have to, unfortunately, put him down here soon. Not to put a damper on the party, but he's like 16 years old, and I was up all night with him having issues controlling his bowels. So he was in pain too. We're going to have him put down soon, but basically I got like no sleep last night, which is why I didn't put an actual regular video out today. I had one planned for today, and I just ended up sleeping in until like 9 o'clock because I was up until like 4. So yeah. Anyways, not that I'm trying to get sympathy from you guys, just kind of, you guys like when I keep it real with you. So that's the reality of the situation. Old Colby Doo is just getting old, man. So, what do you guys think? I switched guitars. Things are definitely a little bit more even, definitely a little less quacky. I haven't played this guitar in like 2 months, and it was a little bit out of tune when we started, but I got it tuned up, and now, yeah, sounds great. So, the blue stripe, the teal stripe, bro. Come on, get it right. So yeah, let me try that again real quick. I'm gonna turn the vocal mic off this time. So here we go. All right, now it's sounding really, really good. And by the way, I love this guitar absolutely to death. I immediately started playing better as soon as I picked it up, dude. This thing has such a vibe with me. This is one of my absolute favorite guitars, hands down. Thank you for the kind words on the dog, guys. I've been struggling quite a bit with it lately. I've never lost a dog before. He was my first dog. I got him 10 years ago as a rescue. And even though he's super standoffish and he's definitely not like a regular companion dog, he is still my buddy. You know, I still love him to death. So, sucks. It definitely sucks. But I appreciate you guys' kind words. We're going to focus on having fun here and, you know, doing guitar stuff. But I do very much appreciate the sympathy. Barry, thank you for the super chat, man. You're always donating to the channel, and you're a Patreon dude as well. Really appreciate you. We're getting some sort of weird ground buzz, so hopefully we don't get another amp that dies. So anyways, with all that being said, let's actually go through the 4 amps now and compare them back to back. So I'm going to start at the Ultra 120, and I'm going to slowly work my way down the stack. So let's do that. Mic is going off this time. All right, this stream is just not going well today. I'm going to, obviously this thing just needs to be tuned up and have the strings stretched out, but I don't want to do that while you guys are hanging out. So I'm just going to grab the old faithful silver Typhon. All right. Yeah, so the JSX for sure sounds the most different out of all three of them. It seems like it's the least balanced. Like it's for some reason, it just sounds kind of boomy in the lows and really quacky in the high end, like and the mids are definitely not there as much as they are in any of the other three amps. I really like the top three. I'm not jiving with the JSX today for some reason. It's just sounding a little bit goofy to me. Like I said, like I don't remember them being that quacky, but you know, every amp sounds a little bit different, and it could be the tube complement that's in it as well. I kind of wish at this point that I had grabbed my JSX that's sitting in the other room to do this video, but overall, yeah, it definitely doesn't sound bad. It just needs a little bit more tweaking, and as somebody else said, a boost for sure. And yeah, I mean, Joe Satriani, lead player, right? So of course it's going to be a little fatter. It's going to be a little kind of rounder with a little bit of that mid focus more for single note playing as opposed to chords and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, all the top three sound really similar. The JSX sounds the most different out of all of them for sure. But yeah. Yeah, JSX, yeah, exactly, Devin. Like the JSX almost has like kind of a clanky Strat sound thing going on, which is weird because again, I just don't remember it sounding like that. But yeah, so if we want to start getting the boosts going, we can absolutely do that. I can definitely, what do you guys want? So over here on the boost board, I'm going to bring it over without causing any catastrophic damage here. And show you what we are working with. So, if you guys can see it, you guys choose. Go ahead and vote real quick. You tell me which one that you want to hear first, and that is the one that we will turn on and you guys can hear. Because I like doing what you guys want to do. All right. None of these amps are solid state. They're all tube setups, and they are all pretty much closely based on each other because they all came from the Triumph, which is the amp that is sitting right here. This is the first of the Ultra lineage. Hey man, if you want to send me a Maxon OD 808, I'd be happy to play it, but I don't own an 808, so. SD1, Buxom, MXR, SD1. All right, looks like the SD1 is the winner for sure. So let's try the SD1. We'll kind of flip through the amps a little bit again. And this is also, guys, this is just how I have them dialed for how I like things. These amps have a lot of range because they have an active EQ, so you can cut or boost the frequencies by quite a bit, completely change the voicing of this amp. This is just how I typically dial them in. Yeah, again, you guys want to send me some Maxon stuff, I'm happy to feature it on the channel, but, you know, I don't ever see Maxon pedals at good prices. So if you guys, I would love to try the 808X, OD808X, the red one. That one's always had my interest. And there was a TS9, ST9 Pro Plus that I had not that long ago. And that one was really cool. I kind of wish I had kept it. I don't think that any of these need a boost, honestly. And you guys know that I don't say that very often because I love to play with a boost so much. But out of all three of these amps, I feel like I could get by without a boost. No problem. But yeah, the XXX just kind of seems the tightest, most percussive, and the most saturated without a boost out of all three. So, gotta agree with you on that one. Ibanez Mini Screamer, I would love to do that. I do have a TS9 if you guys want to see me grab that. I could always get the TS9 on the board. But as far as Maxon stuff, I think I've only ever had the OD9. I don't think I've ever owned any of the other Maxon pedals. I am a huge boost junkie, but, you know, the Maxon stuff is expensive, and I tend to only buy stuff when I can find it for a really good price. So if you guys do see Maxon deals, good deals on the used pedals, please let me know, because I'm down to try each and every one of them. Just like amps, I'm into collecting, you know, different types of boosts and kind of trying the little nuances between all of them. So anyways, we're going to do the SD1 first, and then I'll go grab the TS9 and we'll replace something else on the board. But yeah, the reason that I don't even keep my TS9 on the board is because I think the KHDK Ghoul Screamer you guys know I don't usually say this, but I think the Ghoul Screamer just eats the freaking TS9's lunch all day long, man. It has a very similar vibe, but it just sounds so much clearer. It sounds less honky, and it keeps more low end intact. So anyways, here are the amps with the SD1 engaged. Yes, I did try the OCD. I've had a bunch of them, but I always end up selling them because I like it when boosts add mids. I'm definitely a mids guy, and the OCD kind of takes them away a little bit. So, TJ, the MT2, isn't that the Metal Zone? I like that for crowbar type tones because Kirk uses a Metal Zone to boost his amps, and that's what crowbar sounds like. So, yeah. I do not have the drop tune hooked up, but I can grab that as well if you guys want to be patient and hang out. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button. We're up to 60 likes. I haven't really said that at all today because I'm completely delirious. But yeah, hit that like button. Get me a little traction here on YouTube, and I will very much appreciate you. And thanks again for the super chats. Barry and Hoppo, I believe, was the other one who donated a couple bucks. So thank you guys very much for that. It really means a lot that you guys are willing to spend a couple bucks to listen to me talk. It helps me out. Man, I can't win today. My camera battery just died. Grabbing a new battery. Give me a second, guys. I'm definitely riding the struggle bus today. All right. Should be back up and running here in just a second. Rough stream, dude. This is not going all that well. Sorry, guys. It's been a little rough here. Yep, Murphy's Law for sure. It's just like everything is just going wrong. But oh well. How do the tones sound, guys? Let me know. I'm very, very curious. Why is my camera? There we go. Okay. All right, we should be good now. So anyways, yeah. So overall, my favorite XXX, hands down. Very easy for me to say that. I just think it sounds so good. I love the saturation on it. Yeah, it sounds the most balanced. It sounds the most mean. Definitely not the most raw. It sounds a little bit more processed and compressed, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I just like what it's doing for sure. Yeah, I am 100% having a Monday. That's for sure. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. If you guys have hung in, got 88 people here and only 84 likes. Come on. We only got 20 likes out of that last, my begging like request, whatever you guys want to call it. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying it, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Helps me get in front of more people on YouTube. But, yeah, man, the XXX, dude, that is just where it is at. That amp sounds so good. Like, that was the first of the Ultra Series amps that I owned, and I had a 6505 for forever, like 3 years, and didn't try any other tube amps until I got that XXX, and the XXX is kind of what ignited my like search for more gear, because I loved the 6505 to death. And then when I got the XXX and kind of liked it better, I'm like, what else is out there that sounds better than the 6505 or the 5150? Because I thought that the 5150 was just it. I thought that was going to be the best that there was. And here I am, the first amp that I try afterwards, I like it better. So little did I know that that would be one of the very few amps that I like better than a 5150. But even so, it got me to where I am today. It got me here in front of you guys, because if I had never bought that XXX, if I had bought a couple other amps and didn't really like them and just stuck with my 6505, things might look very different for me. You never know. Any solid state amps that sound like the XXX? Yeah, absolutely. Pretty much all of the trans tube or the XL series. So there's an XXL, which is the most like the XXX. There's a XL, which I have upstairs. Just a kind of a more simple version of the XXL. There is the Supreme. That's what I meant, the Supreme, not the trans tube. The Supreme 160 is basically a solid state Teal Stripe Ultra. It's an incredible amp. I have a review of that one and the XXL on my channel. I have a review of the Trans Tube Supreme, which is another one of the Supreme series that sounds very much like an Ultra amp. So there are a whole bunch. Did I forget any? It feels like I forgot one. The Bandit amps, guys, the Peavey Bandits, those are is the Supreme circuits in a combo, in an open back combo. So if you ever find a really good deal on a Peavey Bandit, like 50 to 100 bucks, scoop it up and turn it into a head, because then you have a Peavey Supreme, which is just a solid state version of the Ultra series amps. Got yourself a killer solid state amp. That was the Supreme 160, Caleb. Yep. And honestly, I kind of kicked myself for selling it. I wish I'd kept it, because I've owned 2 of those in my life, and you never see them, and the prices just keep going up. They're selling for like 500 bucks now. I would love to get some more Hughes and Kettner stuff on the channel, man. They sent me their Stompman pedal, and I have to review that here pretty soon. But that's the first Hughes and Kettner piece of gear that Hughes and Kettner sent me. So I'm hoping that I can work with them more in the future. Hopefully my review is, hopefully I like the piece of gear is what I'm trying to say. Because if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you guys that I don't like it, because that's just how I operate. But I'm hoping I do like it so that we can work together in the future. They probably won't be super pumped if I give their product a not so good review, but that is what it is. All right, so what else do we have in here? My favorite Friedman amp. My favorite Friedman amp that I've played so far is just the Runt 50. Honestly, I've owned the JJ100, I've owned the Butter Slacks, I've owned the BE100, I've owned the BE50 Deluxe, and is that it? Yeah, I think that's all of them. Those are all the Friedmans I've owned, and the Runt 50 with a good boost in front, man, still my favorite. No, the Grevar. I don't know how you pronounce that. That looks right. No, I haven't. I actually have been thinking about hitting Tim up to see if he wants to send one out, and so I can make a demo, but I've really been curious about throwing that in the effects loop of some of these amps to mess around with the EQ some. Gonna make a video here soon on how to shape the tone of your amps. I'm gonna make one separately for shaping the tone in front of your amp, and then I'm going to make one for shaping the tone in the effects loop. But yeah, that is an EQ pedal that I would very much like to check out. Love your XXX. Fired up after sitting a while and it made you smile. Yeah, dude, it's so good. Yeah, the XXL sounds awesome. I actually took that to practice one day, and we were practicing in a shared space, and one of the dudes in the other bands came in, and they looked at it and they were like, why does that sound so good? I'm like, dude, because it's a Peavey. People just sleep on Peavey, man. I mean, not so much anymore, but for a long time they did. What's up, Shannon? We're still here. We're still hanging out. Jet City amps. I absolutely love the Jet City amps. I've got a bunch of demos. One for my SLO modded Jet City, one for the JCA 50H, one comparing the Jet City SLO mod to the actual real deal. I've got the Jet City JCA 20H. I've got a bunch of them on my channel, man. So look for the videos. I give them good reviews all around because I really, really dig them. So, yeah, man, I love the XXX as well. I love it so much. If you guys want to hang tight for a second, I can go grab the TS9 and we can play around with the TS9 for a minute. Scott, thank you for the super chat, man. And yeah, most times I will choose a XXX or a 3120 over a 5150, especially if I'm tuning down. But I love the XXX, dude. I love it so much. I really do. Gary Holt gets some of the best XXX tones too. I forget exactly which record he used it to record with. He used it as one of his amps on one of the Exodus records, and it's just such a crunchy, perfect sounding gain tone for thrash stuff. It's so good. Yeah, I agree with that, Matt. Yeah, the XXX has the most modern sound to it for sure. I feel like the Teal Stripe does death metal really, really well because of the gain structure, and it's a little bit like scoopier in the mids, a little bit quackier up top. So let me grab the TS9 real quick, guys. I will be right back and throw out any questions you may have for me. I'll answer them when I get back. All right, so I am going to replace the dead weld. Put the amp on standby real quick. Wrong amp. And we'll throw the TS9 in place of the dead weld just for now. I've stopped using the dead weld as much lately because people complain that they're super hard to get. So I don't really want to use an overdrive. As much as I love this thing, still absolutely one of my favorite overdrives. Don't really want to use an overdrive that you guys can't get because then it's not really a real world demonstration for you guys if I'm playing an overdrive that nobody can really get their hands on. So, been trying to use some different stuff lately for that reason, but it's definitely still one of my absolute favorites. All right, so now we have the TS9 on. Let's cycle through the amps. I'll see if there are any questions. Nice, Dan. Yeah, 5150s are great. I actually like them better personally without the bias mod. I like the crossover distortion in the power amp. I think it's part of the signature tone. It's definitely something that I like about them, but I get why people like the bias mod as well. It warms them up a little bit. For the Ultra Plus, what tubes do I recommend? It can only take 6L6 in the power section, so any 6L6, whichever's cheapest. And for tubes, I typically, in my Ultra amps, I go with a Sungtal, wow. I go with a Tungsal 12AX7 in V1 just because it seems to be a little bit brighter, a little bit more open. And in the phase inverter, I use a Sovtech 12AX7 LPS because it's just a classic good phase inverter tube. But overall, man, you're not going to hear a whole lot of difference between changing the tubes out. It will make a slight difference, but yeah, I mean, mix and match and experiment. 12AX or Tungsal usually sounds best in V1 and pretty much all Peavey amps, in my opinion. They still make the duality. It's just a really, really long wait list. It's such a popular pedal. There's only 2 people building them, and they were having parts issues like crazy for a while with the pandemic. So, yeah, they were having a lot of issues. Basically just getting the parts and getting them out to people. At the source, yes, Gold Lion. Gold Lion are the worst, absolute worst tubes I have ever used in my life. Every single Gold Lion tube I have ever used has gone bad. That goes for their power tubes. That goes for their preamp tubes. Every single Gold Lion 12AX7 I have in my stash, I have like 7 of them, all microphonic. I have 2 different sets of KT77 Gold Lion power tubes. Both of them, one of the tubes is bad, and they have low hours on them. So, I mean, maybe I am just getting absolutely horrible luck with the Gold Lion stuff, but yeah, I will never pay the premium for Gold Lion to begin with, but my experience with them has been nothing but awful. Nothing but awful. How about some arpeggios to get a feel for the note separation? You're at the wrong channel, my friend. You must be new here. David, yeah, you missed the XXX tube blowing up. It killed a fuse. I'm not sure why. But yeah, anyways, how would I rank the note separation of Ultra amps? I don't know, man. It's all so close. They all sound really, really good. They all sound really clear. I would say, I don't know. I'll do a couple like chord rakes, and then you know, you guys can get a feel on your end. So, what's up, Robbie? How's it going, man? All right, so we're gonna dig into these things. We've got the TS9 on. I should probably turn the SD1 off. I will turn my mic off, and we will go. Okay, so they all sound awesome. TS9 on, and every amp sounds incredible. I can't stop doing that. But yeah, every amp sounds great for sure. Yeah, I agree. The TS9 seems to be sitting better with them than the SD1 was. I think the TS9, man, just is working overall on them. Can I compare the channels on the JSX? Sure. Sure. And yeah, guys, I will definitely be doing impulse response packs at some point. I need to buckle down and really focus on the digital stuff because I think that that's going to be what pays my bills more so than the actual YouTube stuff. The sales on my Kemper and Quad Cortex packs have been really high already, so that's super cool, and I've got a bunch of Kemper packs to release, but the reason that I'm stockpiling cabs is so I can make a bunch of awesome impulse response packs for you guys. So, yeah, I really need to get to work on that. But yes, I will definitely have some impulse response packs coming soon. I've got a lot of really unique speakers and really unique cabinets that a lot of people don't really have, to be honest. I really think that I could put out a super comprehensive library of both Quad Cortex captures, Kemper profiles, and impulse responses. So I really want to get to work on that soon for sure. Valve King is great, man. I think that amp is way better than people give it credit for. Now, it's got some gross frequencies for sure that a 10-band EQ I think is needed in the loop to kind of dial them out. But I still think that the Valve King sounds great. So if I can find another one for $200, I will absolutely grab one again and compare it to some other Peavey amps for sure. But yeah, so I want to try the Buxom boost on this. Oh, Caleb wanted to hear the JSX, 2 different channels compared. So we're going to do that. I'm going to turn the Tube Screamer off, and we're going to compare the 2 channels on the JSX. All right, so yeah, that was the comparison of the two channels on the JSX. If you want, I will actually, why don't I go ahead and compare the two gain channels on the XXX too, because they're pretty different. Did I turn the mic on? Yeah. So we're going to compare the channels on the XXX. We're on the Ultra now. We'll go back over to the Crunch channel, which is not a Crunch channel whatsoever on this amp. So here we go. All right, so those were the two channels on the XXX. You can definitely hear the quackiness of the Crunch channel in both the JSX and the XXX, because the Ultra channel on the JSX is the Crunch channel on the XXX. So yeah, it's definitely got that weird kind of quack to it on both. The Crunch channel is more open on the XXX for sure. But yeah, so that's the Ultra series, guys. Is there anything else that you guys want to see me do with these amps? Because that's what I got. That's what we did. We done did it. I could always throw the Triumph up there too if you guys want to hear that. I actually haven't plugged into this amp since I started my YouTube channel. Probably, it's been almost 2 years already. That's crazy, actually. 2 years. In November. So we're getting close. But yeah, let me know what you guys want me to do. My package will arrive tomorrow. I'm not telling you guys what I got, though. On the Ultra Plus, I like the damping switch in the middle, Benjamin. I think that's the most balanced, but still gives plenty of low end. But yeah, all right, cool. People want to hear the Triumph. We'll plug in the Triumph. It's been a long time since I plugged it in. Give me just a second, guys. Having some technical difficulties back here. All right, Triumph is hooked up. So, it's been a long time since I played this thing. But it got a full-on service the last time I played it. So it should sound really, well, as good as it's gonna. But yeah, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about? Can I talk about it? String through them. 7-string. I don't know the 7-string, man. Sorry. Oh, come on. What's going on? Oh. All right. Triumph time. Ooh, we got some nice we got some nice reverb going on. All right, let's not do that. Somebody hit the nail on the head there. Camden, yes. So, the Triumph was basically Peavey's attempt to make a Mark style amp. But Peavey never put an EQ on this amp. And actually, you have to mod it for the EQ to even work across all of the channels. I do have the global EQ mod done, but like has been said here, it's pre-gain. So, really the only way to shape this amp and the way it sounds is with an EQ in the loop. So that's why you guys see me making all these adjustments and they don't really do much of anything because the EQ is all pre-gain. So yeah, interesting, right? Yeah, Peavey definitely tried to rip off the Mark series with this one. But James Brown came in after this amp was made, and that's when they made the Triumph PAG, which is the Parallel Access Gain, I think is what PAG stands for. And that's basically the Peavey ULTRA as we know it now. I have the combo version of the Triumph PAG 60, and I also have the combo version of the Ultra 112, which is basically the Ultra Plus. And they're like the same amp with different cosmetics. So once they got to the PAG series, that's when the Ultra turned into what it is that we know today. But the Triumph, yeah, if you don't have an EQ for your effects loop, no, ain't gonna sound good. In fact, I think it would be really cool to check the Triumph out with one of the Mesa Boogie 5-band EQs in the loop and compare it to a Mark series and see how close that they would sound in that regard, because that would be really cool to compare it to something like a Mark III, which I have a Mark III sitting right here. Actually, I have that surprise unboxing. You guys want to do that? I think we're going to do it regardless of what you guys want to do. All right, so we got a box here. And I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, I think it would be interesting. Maybe not something that I'll do a dedicated video on, but maybe like a live stream type deal. We could do something like that. While you guys are sitting here hanging out, do me a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already. Only if you're enjoying the stream, though. If you don't like it, hit the down dislike button. You don't have to feel obligated to hit the like button if you're not liking the content. Oh, wow, this is double wrapped. What is this? A dong sheath. This is what I use for protection. All right, so do that. We're double boxed. Dude went through some effort to protect the goods. Oh my good God. I can't win today, guys. These batteries are just giving up on me. What a terrible stream. Literally everything has gone wrong today. That's the second time the battery has died. Second time. Crazy. Guess you guys aren't going to see what's in the box then. Sorry. I'm here. Don't go nowhere. I'm here. All right. Moment of truth. What's in the box? Take a guess. What do you guys think I have? What do you guys think is in this package here? Oh, well, that's interesting. All right. What's up, Guitar Talk? I'm glad you found the channel. Sorry, you're tuning into the absolute worst stream ever imagined. All right, you guys got to take a guess before I unveil it. You did a really good job packing this thing. I'll give him that. Got 6L6 GCs in here. What's this, a rectifier? Dude, I wish it was a big shipment of Coke bricks. That would be way more lucrative than what I'm doing. Could use that money. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and unpack it. It's a little goofy, but... there you go. I didn't realize the top board was coming with it. Now I just have to turn it into a whole amp. So yeah. I have never played one of these on the channel, period, before. Got a really, really good deal, trade deal on this thing that I couldn't pass up, so... yeah, figured why not, right? I don't know why they decided to keep the headboard, but that's going to make me getting a... that's going to make it cheaper for me to get a head shell made for this thing, so that's good, right? I can live with that. But yeah, this is a 2011 Mark V. Yeah, I'll just hang it from the ceiling. I'll hang it from a guitar strap. How's that? On the back of the guitar strap. I actually don't like the Mark V, Joe. I don't like this amp. Every time I get one, I sell it pretty much immediately. I like the Mark IV much, much better. This amp is just a pain to dial in. Absolute pain in the ass. But, again, with the deal that I got, couldn't say no to it. So, yeah. So, at some point, I will have a head shell built around this thing. And... we will get it up on the channel. So now I have a Mark III, a Mark IV, and a Mark V. And I also have a 50 caliber plus. So I've got a whole bunch of Mark series or Mark style amps. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what happened to the rest of the amp, guys, to be honest. One of the people who follows me on Instagram, Andrew, just offered this as a trade to me for one of the amps that I had up. And I said, yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, it's very much in my favor, even without the head shell. And he said, yeah, I want to do it. So that's what we're doing. Looks like we got JJ's pretty much all around in this bad boy. Yeah. So we got all the marks. Mark 3, Mark 4, Mark 5. I just need to find a JP2C. I really need to find a JP2C. Because everybody tells me that thing sounds incredible. I will not be going out of my way to purchase a Mark II C Plus anytime soon, because the prices on those are just absolutely ignorant. So we're not going to be doing the Mark II C Plus anytime in the near future, unless somebody wants to lend me one to check out. But even then, that's such a risk. That's such a hassle. So I have owned a couple of Stage 2 stilettos. Cool amps. They definitely need an EQ in the loop for sure, though. They're very, very honky in the mids. Not a lot of low end either. But otherwise, I like them. You guys want me to hook this thing up? I'm not even going to know what to do with it. I guess I could hook it up. It's up to you guys. You tell me. I'm brave. Maces are a mess inside. Nah, I've got a tech, man. I've got a really, really good tech. Mike Wagner Amp Repair. I really don't sweat anything when it comes to amp repairs, because Mike has never not been able to fix something for me. So, yeah. He's actually fixing a Dietzel Einstein for me right now that had a big old burn mark on the board that I got for $500. So, if he can fix it for less than $500, then I'll have a Dietzel Herbert for under, or not a Herbert, an Einstein for under $1,000. All right, everybody says hook it up. We'll hook it up. Why not? You guys came here to party, and so did I. All right, let me get all this crap out of the way, and we'll throw it up on top here. I'm the most unprofessional live streamer ever. I have not tried an orange dual dark. I want one so bad, though. I really, especially after playing the rock reverb and falling in love with the rock reverb, I would love to have an orange dual dark. All right. All this stuff out of the way. Let me move the Triumph real quick. We'll hook it up. Triumph PAG. That's what's up. I was talking about that amp, man. Great amp. All right, we're switching out amps real quick, guys. Give me a second. Ugh. By the way, I don't know if any of you saw, I'll put the listing up on my YouTube community, but I have a ton of amps for sale right now, including these two, the JSX and the XXX are for sale, among many, many others. Also have some guitars. I've got pedals, cabinets, everything. Letting go of a ton of gear to make room for more stuff, so if you see anything you like on that list, let me know. All right, so this is going to be funny to dial in, because obviously it's going to be upside down. Oh, boy. These aren't light. So yeah, we're going to hook it up upside down. This is funny. Yeah, I guess we don't need the switcher at this point. We'll we'll use this power cable. All right, sorry guys. Trying to figure out this spaceship amp. All right. This is going to be interesting. All right, it's on. Sweet. Yeah, anything you want to buy. The mic is far away from me, bro. Proximity effect. Ultra 112 combo sounds incredible. Ultra 112 sounds really, really good. I'm actually going to get mine put in a head shell and use it as a separate head. Yeah, dual dark. I will definitely get a dual dark at some point. Never played the Triamp Mark 1. And yes, the XXX sounds incredible. All right, so I don't even know how to dial these in at all. We'll put the sliders in the classic V shape. Turn our output up. We've got depth controls too. Oh man. I have a feeling this is going to be really interesting. Hey, that doesn't sound too bad off the bat. I don't know. I don't know what channel I'm on though. All right, so that's what we have to start. The channel lights aren't working properly. All right, there's the crunch channel. I'm gonna mess with the crunch channel real quick. All right, so it's incredibly touchy. Kind of hard to dial in, but I think I'm getting a good tone. What do you guys think? I've seen some good comments on there. We're in the Mark IV mode on channel 3 at the moment, but yeah. Also, if you guys are hanging out, hit the like button if you haven't already. Do me a favor. But anyways, so I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? How's it sound? Do I have it sounding okay? Does it sound bad? Like, just let me know. Appreciate it, Dustin. All of my viewers are basically my age or older, though. So I have like next to 0 younger viewers, which is sad because that just shows that not a lot of kids are watching guitar content on YouTube. But yeah. This is actually the most busy time of day, especially on a Monday. Monday from 1 to 5 is when it's busy. I think everybody's tuning out from work and watching YouTube. Okay. So, Caleb, the depth. The depth is not doing anything. How do I get the depth to basically engage? Because it's not engaging at all right now. It's not really doing anything, and I feel like I'd like to kind of tailor that low end a little bit more than just with that slider. So you let me know. By the way, I think the best boost that we've had on so far has been the KHDK Ghoul Screamer. That thing sounds ridiculous. But yeah. 22, awesome, man. That's what I like to hear. 22. We got 50, we got 56, we got 28. Yeah, it's like everybody is either my age or older. So you guys that are in your late 20s, close enough. I'm 34. So give Guitar Talk. Just search my videos, man. I've got a couple on the Iconic. I'm a fan. I think it's a great amp, especially for the money. Let's go back to Mark II mode. I want to mess around with Mark II mode for a second. Why are 60 of you guys still hanging out? My right hand started going dead there, so I decided to call it. But yeah, man, this thing sounds really good, but there's something in the mids that I just can't quite dial it out. It's almost like a hollowness, like a low mid, like wah 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 type thing. That's if I could get that out of there, I think it would sound perfect. So maybe a 10-band EQ in the loop. Go ahead and add more controls and more complication to the matter because, you know, that's the best thing to do. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it on this stream, guys. I got some other stuff I got to get done today, but seriously, it was a lot of fun hanging out. The fact that 60 of you guys are just sitting here chatting while I play with an amp for the first time, that's pretty funny to me. But I appreciate you guys' support. Seriously, thank you for hanging out. Been enjoying these live streams. I hope that you like them too. If you want to hear the Peavey tones, just go back and rewatch this on the replay. But yeah, hit the like button if you haven't hit it already, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I don't even know which camera to look at. Oh, over here. Hi, it's me, the Gear Gremlin. But anyways, I just realized I wasn't even on screen. Thanks, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you again for hanging out. It's been fun. It was pretty much a horrible stream on my end because everything was going wrong, but you guys still made it fun. So thank you very much. Let's see the most awkward angle we can get here. Hi, it's me. All right, I'm going to go now. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll see you next time.